In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how you can execute a data attestation workflow using Athennian's document automation technology and our DocuSign integration. So I have a demo entity right here, Duke & Duke Corp, which I can see is a Maryland entity. And I want my client as a service provider to attest that all the information I have on this entity is accurate and up to date. So I'm going to go ahead and generate my attestation report. I have a template down here, and I'm going to merge that. Keep in mind that these attestation templates are completely customizable. They can include whatever information you want on them and can be in any format that you want. As we can see here, this template has information laid out in a table format with a column with text areas for the attestor to provide any information related to these records that may have changed. So all we need to do is send this out in DocuSign. But before we do that, I just wanted to highlight at the bottom here that Athennian templates are smart and dynamic. So this entity, Duke & Duke Corp, is a Maryland entity. So the template is smart enough to know that it needs to include the statutory declaration language for the state of Maryland. So we can see that here. If this was a Nevada entity or a Connecticut or a Delaware entity, then this language would actually change and include the language from those states. And then we can see here that the signature block has been automatically generated. So all we need to do here is select this document and send it out for signature with DocuSign. In order to just speed up the demo a little bit, I actually have this document, this attestation here is all ready for us in DocuSign. So when you push the document to DocuSign from Athennian, a DocuSign template can be applied to the attestation report. So we can see here that all of these change note areas have a text box applied and that there's a signature box down here. So all we need to do now is hit send. And this is actually going to go out via DocuSign to the person that needs to attest. And I'm just going to bring that up over here. So I've just pulled this out of my email just to demonstrate what the experience looks like. So this is a familiar user experience for your attestors. It's just DocuSign. If you use Adobe Sign, you can connect that as well. So we'll just hit start, and we can see that I've set this template up such that I need to be initialing everywhere. And then if there are any areas that I want to note some changes on, as the attestor, I can note that. So maybe William Lawrence actually resigned on February 5th, 2021. I can note that here. And then I'm all done. I've read the statutory declaration for Maryland, and I understand that this information is going to be reported. So I can go ahead and sign. Now I have completed this form, so I'm going to hit finish. And so that's the user experience for the signer or the attestor. And then if we come back into this entity profile, there we go. We will be notified that this document has now been signed and completed. And there we can see the note that was left for us, all the initials, and the signature. From here, this can be stored in the virtual minute book next to any filing confirmation statements that you received back from the Secretary of State. So you have the attestation consent as well as the filing documents together on hand. So that is how you can execute a entity data attestation workflow in Athennian. The usage of templates and document automation as well as the DocuSign provides you with huge amounts of flexibility and very familiar user experiences for the people providing attestations, which is going to drive greater adoption and ultimately greater efficiency for your workflow.